What's the deal, man? Yes! Yeah! Hey, shout out to you for clicking on this episode of my podcast. Before I get to the episode, I would like to ask that if you're not already subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. It only takes a couple seconds. Hit the bell notification because it lets you know every single time I drop a new episode. Like this video, leave a comment, and I hope you enjoy the episode. Let's go! Yeah! Yeah! All right. Today is Monday, November 29th. Today is episode 80 of Pull Up the Tape. My name is Michael DeLu. I'm here to politic. I'm here to get into the hottest takes, topics in sports, all that. Nigga, no drama, no bias, no none of that. We getting straight to it. All right, so I know I said we're going to get straight to it, but before I get straight to it, I just want to give a shout out to the 100 subscribers that I received over the past week. I posted a video on TikTok. Apparently, a lot of people really fucked with it. And yeah, it resulted in me getting over 100 subscribers. So I want to give a big shout out to everybody that subscribed, that watched my videos, that ran it up for me. I really do appreciate that shit. This is only the beginning. I'm going to keep selling this shit. I'm going to take this to the very top. And with that being said, let me get into today's topic. So it was week 12 in the NFL. And, you know, I always preach the same things pretty much every week when I get on here is I only want to talk about the games that truly matter. And when I say games that truly matter, I mean two elite teams. Like, that's what I love. I feel like football should be elite team. Like, no one gives a fuck about a team that's going to be picking in the beginning of the draft, playing a team that's going to go to playoffs. Like, no one really gives a fuck about that. So, but with the way the NFL is set up and the way the schedule is set up, at this point in the season, you see a lot of that. It's either two bad teams playing each other, the Falcons playing my Jaguars. I don't give a fuck. I didn't even watch the game. I haven't watched the highlights. I know that the Falcons won 21-14. Bad teams playing good teams. The Ravens playing who do the Ravens play? The Ravens playing the Browns. I don't give a fuck. But when there's two good teams playing against each other, trust and believe, Michael DeLu is tapped in and ready for warfare, all right? So yesterday, the Packers defeated the Rams 36-28. And although the score does look like, oh, it was a close game, oh, it's only a one-possession game, in actuality, it wasn't. The game was essentially over after Rasul Douglas returned Matt Stafford's interception to the crib for 6. And if I'm not mistaken, the score was 36-17 at that point. So any points that the Rams picked up after that, which were 9 of them, if I'm not mistaken, garbage time points. It wasn't anything too special, too crazy, or anything like that. So I'm gonna get into some stuff, and then we're just gonna keep the ball rolling. So for the most part, you already know what you're gonna get from Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is easily one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, easily one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. There's only at this point in his career, I'll put Aaron Rodgers ahead of Peyton Manning. I'll put Aaron Rodgers ahead of John Elway. I'll put him ahead of Dan Marino. Maybe not Drew Brees. I probably wouldn't. Only quarterbacks I probably wouldn't put ahead of Aaron Rodgers are probably Tom Brady and Drew Brees. Other than that, Aaron Rodgers is an argument that he's better than all those dudes. So you know what you're going to get from him on a consistent basis on a week in and weekend basis. So I wasn't surprised at the numbers he put up. I wasn't surprised at the way he commanded the offense. I wasn't surprised at the way he cut up the fucking Rams defense. I wasn't surprised at anything. Nothing he did on the field surprised me. For Aaron Rodgers to surprise me, he has to throw for like 400, 7 touchdowns or some crazy shit because I feel like he's done it all, been there, done that, done everything. Everything there is to be done, he's already done it. Okay, so wasn't surprised by how effective he looked and the way he commanded the offense and the way he led the team to a win over, I don't want to call the Rams an elite team, but a good team. The Rams are a good team, and they're possibly a team that they played them in the playoffs last season. They're a team that they could possibly meet in the playoffs this upcoming season. So they went out there and got a statement win over the team. I mean, and if they do end up playing the Rams in the playoffs, it'll definitely be at home. So a bit of the same. If they play the Rams again, that's going to be three games straight at Lambeau. And honestly, the same thing was probably going to happen over and over again. But I want to give a credit to the Packers run game, because the Packers run game and the Packers offensive line, because they ran the football effectively and picked up third downs and sustained drives due to their running game. A.J. Dillon played great. I don't want to say let me not say great. Efficient, good. I can't say great because it's not like he went over 100 yards rushing or anything like that, because that's not what happened. Same thing with Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones just came back from injury, didn't have the best game, 10 carries for 23 yards. Nevertheless, like I said, their running game was respectable to the point where the Rams couldn't. I don't want to say the Rams had to respect it. The Rams had to, so they couldn't like, I don't know, be loose with the box defenders or anything like that, because A.J. Dillon is a big back, and he was coming downfield and smacking people and picking up yards and doing what needs to be done. And also, it was just honestly a great team win by the Packers as a total, because, you know, in a lot of situations, you see the Packers there is no run game for the Packers. If Aaron Jones isn't going crazy, especially the last couple of weeks where he's been injured, the Packers are not known for having a brutal run game. The Packers are not known for having a good defense or a defense that's creating turnovers, anything like that. The Packers are known for just riding Aaron Rodgers until whatever Aaron Rodgers can do for us, that we're going to live and die with that. That's what the Packers are known for. But yesterday I saw a complete team win. I mean, hopefully that's more of that. I mean, just because I saw it in Week 12 doesn't mean I'm going to see it in the playoffs. But nevertheless, it is what it is. The defense affected the receivers down the field. The defensive line was just harassing Matt Stafford in the most critical moments of the game, getting pressure to him, bringing pressure to him. Kenny Clark had a sack. Rashawn Gary had a sack. Like I said, they created turnovers. Rasul Douglas had a pick six. So, I mean, like I said, complete team win, and I'm not surprised that the Packers won. I picked the Packers to win the game. I think the Packers are the better team, regardless of, I don't give a fuck how many big names the Rams have on their offense or on their defense or whatever, because that shit doesn't impress me, because at the end of the day, it's 11 people versus 11 people. You have to play as a defense, as a unit on either side of the ball. And I just honestly feel like the Rams are not better than the Packers at this point in the season. Let me get into the stats. Aaron Rodgers had 28 of 45, 307, 2 touchdowns. A.J. Dillon, 20 carries, 69 yards. Aaron Jones, his first game back, 10 carries, 23 yards. Devontae Adams, Mr. PullUpDaTape himself, 8 receptions, 104 yards. Randall Cobb, 4 receptions, 95 yards, a touchdown. Now I got to get into the Rams, okay? So the Rams are now 8-4, okay? And the Rams were just 8-1. So this is their third loss in a row. And I don't mean to single out anybody or pick on somebody specifically or anything like that, because that's not what I like to do. But I feel like this has to be said. Okay, look, Matthew Stafford. Okay, you're not playing in Detroit anymore, so you actually have some expectations on as a quarterback. As just this season, there's a lot riding on the season, especially considering how much capital the Rams gave up to get this guy on their roster. He is a good quarterback. No, he's a great quarterback. I don't even want to play him and say good quarterback. He's a great quarterback, but definitely he has had a drop-off in the past 3 games. He is not playing like the same player he was playing in the first month of the season or even the second month of the season. This is not the Matthew Stafford that the Rams signed up for. I feel like he just looked a little skeptical at times. Like, I haven't really seen him play. Like, this isn't him. He's not playing the best. He is not being the best version of himself on the football field. For whatever, I don't know exactly for what the reason is. I understand Robert Woods is hurt. He's injured. He's not coming back for a season, but I don't think that it should be this much of a drop-off. You do have Odell Beckham, even though he hasn't been integrated into the offense 100%, but nevertheless, I mean, the Rams don't even have, the Rams offense is force feed Cooper Kupp and force feed Robert Woods. There's no Robert Woods, so force feed the fuck out of Odell Beckham. I'm not exactly sure where the disconnect is or why that's not working, because I mean, in my opinion, there should be no drop off, no skipping, no beat, nothing like that, because Odell Beckham is better than Robert Woods. Mind you, he doesn't know the offense as well as Robert Woods, but nevertheless, it is what it is. So at this point in the season, the past 3 games, because the way football is, you are as good as your last game. Matthew Stafford is average at best. He is a great quarterback, but the past 3 weeks he has been average at best, and that's not going to cut it. The Rams are not going to be hosting, or not going to be the second team ever to host their own Super Bowl and win it with Matthew Stafford playing like that. That shit is not going to fly. That shit is not going to cut it. That is not it. Matthew Stafford, that's nothing. Your performance yesterday was nothing, homie. Nothing. Get it together, my nigga. The defense looks whatevers. Defense looks whatevers. Whatever's at best. And here's the thing. They have Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey's the top lockdown corner in the NFL. Whatever. We already know that. We know that. There's nothing to debate. Aaron Donald. But outside of that, okay, Jalen Ramsey's playing good defense, lockdown defense, even though he did get, I'm not going to say he got burned or anything like that, because as a corner, you're going to lose on certain plays or whatever. Jalen Ramsey's amazing, but the rest of the back end is mid. Like, nothing really to write off about that. There's nothing really special about that. So it's like, don't know really what to say. Just it seems like at this point in the season, the defense has no. And when I say point in the season, I'm just talking about the last 3 games. I'm talking about their losing streak. Has no substance. And one of the last things I'm gonna say, and I feel like it needs to be said. Look, if Sean McVay does not deliver, doesn't make it to the NFC Championship or the Super. I'm personally not even gonna say Super Bowl, because I honestly don't even think the Rams are gonna make the Super Bowl. If Sean McVay doesn't at the very least make it to the NFC Championship, just get him the fuck out of there. Get him the fuck out of there, because he's been giving elite player after elite player after elite player every single year, and he has failed to capitalize on all of them, okay? Went to the Super Bowl, dropped the egg. The first year they lost to the Falcons. The next year went to the Super Bowl, laid an egg. The next year didn't even make the playoffs. Last year lost to Green Bay. Like, so it honestly, if he does not produce what I just said, NFC Championship or Super Bowl, and honestly, the Rams' expectations is Super Bowl or bust, which I personally don't think is realistic. I don't think they're that good to begin with. I don't think they're that complete of a team. They have a lot of big name players at certain positions, but nevertheless, I don't think they're amazing. I don't think they're an amazing defensive unit to even be considered Super Bowl contenders. But we'll see. I'm gonna get into the stats for the Rams. So Matthew Stafford at 21 of 38 for 302 yards. Darrell Henderson 16 carries, 55 yards. Running game not really present. Cooper Kupp 7 receptions, 96 yards. Van Jefferson 3 receptions, 93 yards. Odell Beckham 81 yards. Most of those yards came in garbage time anyway, so don't really take that to heart. So yeah, that's that. So another thing I want to get into, man. Okay, so Lincoln Riley was hand selected by Bob Stoops to take over the Oklahoma Sooners program in 2017, and since taking over in 2017, he has a record of 55-10. He's produced 2 number 1 overall picks in Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray. Also has produced another starting quarterback in Jalen Hurts. 3 college football playoff appearances, 4 Big 12 championships, and it was just announced that he will be the next head coach of the USC Trojans. My hometown Trojans have finally got a competent coach. Da 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 da. Crazy thing is, man. Oh, Michael, you went to Arizona. I don't give a fuck. Yes, I know I went to Arizona State, but I am from Los Angeles, California. I went to middle school right across the street from USC. Shout out 32nd. We in this bitch, nigga. Crunk the fuck. You know, hey, so oh my God. There's just, look, there's so much to unpack from this, because it's like, and before I give my honest take, look, Lincoln Riley, Mike Boone, who is the athletic director of USC. I want to give you a fat ass shout out. You got this right. Thank you, Lord. I never even thought something like this would even be possible. Like I couldn't even when I seen it, my homie AD sent me the screenshot that said this shit is big. This shit can easily restore USC to their former glory. Easily. On their dead homies. That's easy. And I'm like, when I first, my instant reaction to this shit is like, I was so shocked for so many reasons because I just didn't think it was going to be able for them to even put, like, I never even thought. First of all, I didn't even think USC already started looking for a head coach. So nevertheless, to think that they would get one of the top head coaches in college football. And I read a lot of people who were just like, Lincoln Riley is jumping shit because Oklahoma's moving to the SEC next year. Even if that is the case, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm happy. I'm happy as fuck. This has been the worst season I have ever seen of USC football. The worst season by far. The worst. They lost to Oregon State. They lost to UCLA. They lost to some of the teams I've never seen USC lose to. In 15 years of following USC, they started losing. Oh my God. And I started to think, what probably led to this for Lincoln Riley to even make that decision. Because a couple days ago, Lincoln Riley has been linked to LSU, the LSU vacancy for their head coach job. And he came out and said, I will not be – you got to love this shit because I'm looking at this. I watched the clip this is crazy. He came out and said in the press conference, I will not become the next head coach for the LSU Tigers. Yeah, because he's coming to fucking Southern California. Yes! Yes! And honestly, so I'm gonna try and pinpoint why and how this happened, but I just feel like maybe Oklahoma's taking a couple regressing because this season they had a lot of high expectations. They were predicted to possibly for this time for real contend for the national championship because Alabama's not. Tua's not Tua's funding league. Mac Jones left. They're starting a young quarterback. Like when you look at the landscape of college football, there wasn't too many. Like how many teams could seriously have beat Oklahoma if they would have stacked up to their expectations? Season was supposed to be championship or bust, and they're not going to go to the college football playoffs. They're not going to the Big 12 championship. They were supposed to be led by Spencer Rattler. That didn't even end up working out. So, maybe Lincoln's looking like, maybe it's time for a new challenge. And obviously, at the end of the day, I don't care what it is or how bad they are. USC will always be a lucrative job the same way the Los Angeles Lakers will always be. It doesn't matter how bad certain teams are. They will always be a preferred destination for a coach looking to level up or looking to make a claim or just a claim for greatness, okay? So I, as a longtime Trojan fan, I'm so excited. I'm so happy, man. I'm just really, really excited for what the future holds for the Trojans because, oh, my God, you can't get any worse than what the fuck I saw this year. That shit was terrible. What I saw this year was the epitome of nonsense. Hot garbage. Easily the worst season of football I've ever seen USC play. Easily. So that's that. And those are the two topics I'm going to talk about in today's podcast. But the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start doing this on a consistent basis, everyday basis, is I'm going to start giving out NBA awards. So I'm going to give out a bronze medal, a silver medal, and a gold medal. Shout out to Nick Wright because, I'm damn near stealing his fucking idea. But nevertheless, it is what it is. So for you to get an award, you have to win the game, okay? So the bronze award goes to Drew Holiday. He had a pretty good game against the Pacers. 23 points, 11 to 21 from the field, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. If you do the math, that is almost a triple-double. I watched the highlights. He was getting to his spots. He was beating defenders off the dribble, getting to the rim, locking down, just doing Drew Holiday things, honestly. So credit to him. He was a big part and very, very instrumental in the Bucks getting the win that they did yesterday against the Pacers. They won 118 to 110. The silver medal goes to LeBron James. LeBron James. Okay, so against the Pistons, yes, the Lakers played the Pistons yesterday. The Lakers beat the Pistons 110 to 106, and obviously it was a lot. LeBron James had a big part to do with that. LeBron had 33 points, 12 of 20 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds. Doing what the king fucking does, hitting threes, getting to his spot, setting up teammates, setting up DeAndre Jordan for a beautiful lob. Obviously finding Anthony Davis for lobs. I mean, LeBron was just doing LeBron things. The king, step backs, his patent contested fadeaway shot. Bron doing what the fuck Bron does. Bron doing what the fuck Bron does. And the gold medal, oh my God. The gold medal is going to Stephen Curry, who as of right now, I'm crowning him as the best player in basketball. Stephen Curry against the Clippers, all the fuck he did was show out. All he did was show the fuck out. All he did was show the fuck out. Stephen Curry, his team won 105 to 90 against the Los Angeles Clippers. 12 of 22 from the field, 7 of 13 from 3, and he had 6 assists. And Stephen Curry became the first player in NBA history to hit 100 threes in his first 18 games of the season. 103. Hey, Stephen Curry's on pace to break his own 403 record in a season. Stephen Curry's by far, and on the day, homies, the greatest shooter ever. Ever. And on that note, that concludes episode 80 of Pull Up the Tape. Long live Kobe. Long live Gigi. Long live Pop Smoke. Whoa. And I'm out this bitch.